right, we are monitoring this. There are tens of thousands gathering at the National Mall showing their support for Israel and to condemn hatred of Jews. One of those at the rally is our next guest, Fox News contributor and former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. Great to have you here. What's the atmosphere like in D.C. today, Tulsi?
Thanks, Dana. I will be heading there shortly here from the studio, but on the way here, the roads are blocked. People are pouring in from all across the country to take this very important stand against anti-Semitism and against the Hamas terrorist Islamist groups that are vowing to exterminate not only the Jews, but sending this call to action to people around the world to go after and destroy and kill anyone who doesn't adhere to their radical interpretation of Islam. I got to tell you, there's a very loud absence, though, in knowing that President Biden and Vice President Harris are literally just down the street as people are traveling here from all over the country, yet they don't feel it's important enough to come and stand with our fellow Americans to send this strong and resounding message at a time when anti-Semitic attacks around the world are at their height, that we will not allow it to continue, that we stand with Israel and the Jewish people. They are a reminder of why I left the Democratic Party. It's a party that's become led by and rife with Islamist apologists, people who are more afraid of being called bigoted Islamophobes than they are about actually showing up for the Jewish people, for America, for peace and security and freedom.
Tulsi, so that tells us why you're going today. Have you been surprised by the anti-Semitic rallies that we have seen? Perhaps not in the Middle East and in Europe, but in the United States.
Yeah, Bill, you know, a friend of mine in New York City Friday night, he and his friends were in a van. They got caught in the middle of a flash mob of people who call themselves pro-Palestinian protesters, but really they're pro-Hamas protesters who went and attacked their van, slashed the tires, broke the windows for no reason. And these are things that we don't, they're not things that have happened, at least in my lifetime, here on the streets of the United States of America, and yet they're happening all across the country. I'm a soldier. I still serve in the Army Reserve. I've deployed to the Middle East and East Africa. I've seen firsthand the threat of Islamist terrorists, whether they're called al-Shabaab or al-Qaeda or ISIS or others. Now we're seeing this with Hamas, as we have for a long time. This threat is very real. It is the greatest short-term and long-term threat that we face, threatening our peace and security and peace and security of people around the world because of their goal. Their goal is not really about the territory between Israel and Gaza or Palestine. Their goal is to establish this global Islamist caliphate and destroy anyone who doesn't adhere to their radical interpretation of Islam, including Muslims, Christians, Hindus, and others. And that's the seriousness with which our leaders here in this country and leaders around the world need to take this threat and work together to defeat it, not only militarily, but ideologically.
Tulsi, what do you make of the anti-Semitism on campuses?
It is, especially amongst our young, imagine just these kids who are having to hide in libraries, in college campuses. It's atrocious in this country that this is being allowed to happen. We're not hearing anything from the White House denouncing it or more importantly, taking action to stop it.
Good point. Tulsi, thank you. We'll see how it goes today in Washington, D.C.
Thank you.
Tulsi Gabbard with us there.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.